very good afternoon to all the students who are present today for yet another lecture of second year BBA semester 3 for the subject Human Resource Management. I warmly welcome one and all. Now students, you have been attending number of lectures by now and you know that we have discussed quite a lot for the first unit that talks itself on human resource management. Out of all the different contents of Unit 1 that you can see on the slide, we have covered in the previous lectures already the meaning of human resource management. We understood its concept. We have also understood the different functions that are comprised under human resource management. And you also studied in detail the different roles, the skills, and the competencies that have to be possessed by a human resource manager. In the previous week, we discussed about a new topic that was HRD, standing for Human Resource Development. We discussed about the meaning, the goals, and the challenges that has to be faced due to the onset of globalization by the local corporate sector. And now human resource development is even more inevitable in these times of competition. So we shall be getting a quick recap of the same, and thereby we begin with the new topics of the day. We shall be talking in this week particularly on the changing environment of human resource management. There are a number of aspects that needs to be dealt with, out of which the focus for today's lecture shall be to understand globalization and the technological advances, how they are changing the environment of human resource management. So before that, have a quick look at whatever we studied in the previous lecture. You have understood about the topic human resource development. I told you how with the onset of globalization and with world becoming a global village, with increased competition in the environment due to entry of multinational companies, human resources were considered very important. They were considered to be the valuable asset of the organization because it was a very well accepted fact that when the local corporate sector wants to survive in this competitive environment, the human resources needs to be skilled, they need to be trained, their abilities needs to be developed, and that was when human resources were treated differently than other factors of production. So this was the concept that we had discussed that talks about developing the skills and the abilities of human resource in an organization, because it is only through human resource development that a business enterprise can succeed, can reap the benefits of sustainable competitive advantages. So we had discussed about the definition. We also discussed about the different goals, the objectives of human resource development. You can have a quick look at all the goals. So it basically talked about how one can develop the skills and the abilities of human resources in the organization, and thereby the organization can achieve that competitive edge in the environment. Because if a local sector wants to survive in this global market, it has to pay more attention towards its human resources. Thereby, we also discussed about the different challenges that have to be faced. I had told you about the challenges of HRD that are mainly the challenges that have emerged due to globalization. Because as globalization came up, as the multinationals have entered our economy, the local corporate sector tends to face competition from them. They have to be global in terms of their approach, whether it be to the quality, quantity, or the price of the products or the services they offer. They need to have that world class approach so as to survive in this competitive environment, and because of which they also suffer from number of challenges. So we had discussed them in detail in the previous lecture. I would just be giving you a quick overview for the same. So we had discussed how human resources are important in getting the competitive advantage. So when you want to operate in a global market, or even if you are operating in a local market, you will have to face that global competition. Otherwise, you would have to leave the market altogether. So you need to think globally, you need to have a world-class approach. And for that, the sector faces number of challenges. So the first was the quality challenge. I hope you remember that the world-class organizations are completely superior in terms of the quality of the products they sell or the services they offer. So even the local corporate sector faces the challenge of how to be world-class in terms of the quality of products they offer to their customers. To survive in this competitive environment, the products have to be of the ultimate quality. Thereby, we had talked about the people, that is to say, the world class organizations comprise of highly skilled, talented, trained employees. They are highly committed and motivated to work for the organization. So, even the local corporate sector faces the challenge of how such people can be recruited and made a part of their own organization. There was a challenge of adopting the new technology, how to bring changes in the organization with the changing technology. We had also talked about the company culture as a challenge as to how the culture can be framed in such a manner that the objectives are achieved and one can compete in this global environment. It talked about the team spirit, the discipline, the ethics to be adopted. Also, we talked about the challenge of speed. That is to say, once a decision taken, it has to be implemented very quickly. So we also talked about the challenge of speed faced by the sector. They also have to be sleek in the meaning that there have to be fewer number of people, but with modern technology giving their best results. One also had to invest in the people, that is to say, working for the development of skills and abilities of human resources, because we have discussed earlier also that all world class organizations or globally competitive organizations pay due attention towards the people working in their enterprise. Their skills, their talents are developed, they are given such a working environment that the best can be taken out from them. Again, there is a challenge to have a flat and a non-hierarchical structure. I had shown you a diagram also in the previous lecture as to how a flat and a hierarchical structure are different from each other. We would be seeing the same today as well. So we require fewer number of levels in an organization rather than too many people working for the same. One has to be socially committed also. It is civic responsibility of the organization to work for society as well. Whatever is done should be ethically in the favor of the society. And lastly, a challenge to become a learning organization where they experiment, they learn, they update, and they bring something new. So also there is a challenge of how to be a learning organization. You can very quickly just go through all what we have studied so that we begin with the new topics of the day. You have understood about the quality challenge, the people challenge, how to recruit the professional, systematic, trustworthy, committed human resources, the technological challenges. So how to make use of the modern technology, absorbing it, adapting it, continuously improving on it. Thereafter, you studied about the culture challenge, how to lay down the systems and procedures, providing continuous feedback, having fewer systems, highly professional system and culture. You studied about speed, so there have to be high speed organizations who are able to implement the decisions faster and respond in less time. Challenge of being sleek, that is to say, with fewer people and modern technology giving the best results. Investing in your people, that is to say, develop their skills, abilities, talents. This was the diagram I had talked about. We require something that is flatter with fewer number of levels rather than the above one you see, which is hierarchical in nature. So the power should not be based on the bureaucracy or based upon the level, but it should be equally distributed amongst all. They have to be responsible and responsibility conscious. Thereby, we talked about social responsibility. So they have to be good corporate citizens, having concern for the people, contributing for social causes, and lastly, to become a learning organization. That is to experiment, learn, innovate, and develop. So I hope that you are by now clear with all what we studied in the previous week for human resource development. So without any further discussion, let us now begin with the new topic of the day. In this week, particularly in both the lectures, we are going to talk about the changing environment of human resource management. Of course, human resource management is a modern concept, and we have studied the same from the first lecture. But how the changing environment is changing the approach towards human resource management, we would be studying the same. So there are a number of aspects that you have to study. You are going to study globalization and how it has changed or impacted on human resource management, how the changes in technology affects human resource management, what changes have been brought about by the cultural environment, by the workforce diversity, because the workforce we see in the organizations is quite diverse, coming from different backgrounds. Thereafter, corporate downsizing as to why and how the downsizing takes place, that is to say, reduction in the number of jobs. And lastly, the changing skill requirement due to the changing environment. So these are few topics that you need to understand coming under the purview of changing environment of human resource management. The focus for today's lecture shall be mainly on globalization and the technological advances. So let us understand. The first factor that you see on the slide is globalization. And by now you are very familiar with the term also, because we have been studying the same in the previous lectures as a challenge towards human resource management. So similarly, we are going to study how globalization, or with the onset of globalization, changes had to be brought even about in the human resource management. We all know that since 1991, when these reforms came, such as liberalization, privatization, or even globalization, there have been number of changes observed everywhere. Especially, I can say the competition increased by leaps and bounds. So when globalization struck in the economy, the world became a global village. There was not only entry of multinational companies from abroad in India, but there were many Indian companies also that started working in abroad. So they expanded in the foreign countries as well. Reason to say, there was competition everywhere. So one needed to develop a global approach for the same. And how globalization has affected human resource management, that you should be studying in this particular topic. With globalization, or with world becoming a global village, we all know that everything could be imported, exported very easily, whether it be a raw material, a machinery, or even the financial resources such as capital. But if there is a resource which was difficult to be duplicated, was human resource. So with a skilled, efficient, trained human resource, it becomes easy to survive the competitive environment. So let us study first how globalization has affected and brought changes in human resource management. So as I said, through globalization, of course, international business has increased rapidly. There has been increased flow of foreign direct investment and large number of multinationals in India. So of course, it is a two-way thing that you see. Not only multinationals have come in India, but even the Indian companies have become multinational by acquiring firms abroad, and thereby making the world a global village where you see imports and exports going on rapidly. So there is exchange of everything almost possible. The growth of international business places new responsibilities on the human resource manager. As I said, we know that globalization has taken place and is going on, but how it affects the human resource manager or management, that is something you need to discuss on, because with increased competition, the human resource managers have to pay utmost attention on the development of their human resources, because if they are developed, they are trained, and they are efficient as compared to other business organizations, it can definitely help them survive and achieve the competitive edge. One example you can see that human resource managers must ensure that the appropriate mix of employees in terms of knowledge, skills, and cultural adaptability is available to handle the global assignments. So they have to be skilled, they have to be trained for the same. Globalization has considerable influence on the HR functions such as employee hiring, training, motivation, compensation, and also retaining. All are to be guided by a global perspective. As a human resource manager, he will have to work for the recruitment, training, motivation, or compensation, or maintaining the employees, considering the competitive aspect in mind or considering the global perspective. Because as I said, by discharging all the functions effectively, if they have the best qualified people, they would be able to execute the strategy and thereby become a source of competitive advantage for the company. So this is something you need to understand. As every advanced nation is increasingly becoming globalized, skills and cumulative learning of its workforce becomes its competitive asset. Because there is globalization and because every other resource can be duplicated, it is only through human resource that you can survive competitively. Workforce becomes the competitive asset. So you have to work for designing, producing, and distributing goods and services with ease and speed. When your human resources are developed, they are trained, they are efficient, definitely the outcome also shall be extremely well. Every other factor of production, maybe capital, maybe the latest technologies, raw materials, can be duplicated. They can be brought from any part of the world, but it is only the workforce skills that cannot be duplicated. So you have to, as a human resource manager, pay more attention, due attention on development of your workforce skills. If they are knowledgeable, they are skilled, they could do complex things, make the company competitive, and attract foreign investment. Of course, the benefits between globalization and workers are mutual. It is not that only workers have got benefited from globalization, it is a two-way process. So I hope that you are clear with what we have discussed up till now as to what is globalization, how it has brought challenges for HRM, and what are the changes that human resource manager has to work upon. Now we shall be studying the impact of globalization on human resource management. Of course, you know by far how it has impacted and what changes have been brought about due to globalization on HRM. But let us understand them in detail. So the first that you can see is impact on employment. This thing you are familiar with because you have studied this earlier also, that globalization affects employment both in a good way also and in an adverse way as well. When I say that there is globalization and there is increased competition, definitely the globally competitive organizations or the world class organizations can have increased production, and they would be giving rise to increased employment opportunities. But on the other hand, the local sector, the small scale industries who are not able to survive in this competitive environment, for them, there would be a loss of employment. Because if they are not competitively well, then it may happen the demand goes down for their products, and ultimately the employees have to be released. So it has its two-way effect on employment. As I said, entry of multinationals and expansion of Indian firms since 1991 has led to increase in the employment opportunities, but at the same time, closure of several firms which could not survive in a highly competitive market has resulted in the loss of employment. So it is a two-sided effect that you need to understand. The next is impact of human resource development. So definitely we have studied this earlier, that due to globalization and due to the realization that workforce is the most competitive asset for any organization, due attention was paid on the development of the same. The skills, the talents, the abilities of human resources were thought to be developed with the same. So, under global competition, more qualified staff is required to satisfy and delight the customers. Therefore, globalization and liberalization always had a positive impact on HRD, because through HRD, through globalization, it was a very well acceptable fact for every sector whatsoever that they need to invest in their people. It is only through that they can achieve the competitive edge. So, proactive and continuous learning has become necessary, along with competency building. Building of positive attitudes and values are being stressed upon. So this was a positive impact that was created through globalization on human resource development. Next that you see is the impact of compensation. So definitely globalization has also impacted the compensation that is received by the employees. So again, it has a two-way effect. It has resulted in higher salaries and benefits of highly skilled and committed employees. That is to say, if the employees are skilled, if they are trained, they are efficient, they are committed towards their work, they would be getting higher salaries. But those who are unskilled, who are indifferent, who are not that trained, they would be getting lower wages. Next is impact on trade unions. So definitely earlier, trade unions did not warmly welcome the concept of globalization, but later on they also accepted the realities of the same. So initially, trade unions in India resisted the policy of economic liberalization, globalization, and privatization, but gradually they accepted the realities. In some cases, unions are cooperating with the management to ensure the survival of their organization, which is at stake in a competitive environment. So they have realized that they need to cooperate with the management, because then only the organizations can survive in such a competitive environment. And lastly, some other effects. So it has improved the professional human resource practices, such as employees empowerment, quality circles, that is to become more conscious about the quality of the products, employees counseling, and also flexi time, that is to give a flexible working hour to the employees. They could be given a flexibility, the opportunity to select their working hours as per their choice. So these are some other effects that you can see of globalization onto human resource management. I hope that you are clear with the first aspect in the changing environment of human resource management, that was none other than globalization. The second aspect that we are going to talk about is technology. A very simple thing, but yet has a vast impact on human resource management. You all are aware about the technological revolution taking place. Technology is something that is changing very fast and by leaps and bounds. Something introduced yesterday may get outdated today. So we need to keep ourselves updated and modified with the same. You cannot get obsolete if you want to survive in this globally competitive environment. So similarly, the organizations and especially human resource management needs to bring about changes due to change in the technology. So in this particular topic, you are going to understand how changing technology creates a change in the environment of human resource management. So it has led to a number of innovations in human resource management. Of course, the first would be the skill building, because when technology changes and when new technology is adopted, employees have to be trained. It could be a new technique of production being introduced, it could be a new machinery, a new way of operating the machinery. So employees have to be skilled and trained for the same. If they don't keep themselves adapted and updated, definitely the organization would not remain competitively strong. Gone are the days when employees use the same skills and equipment to perform their jobs for decades at a time. As I said, they cannot just remain obsolete. Changes take place every now and then, based on which even the human resources have to be trained. So, with the technological progress, the nature of jobs and skill requirements are changing. Multitasking, multi skilling has become necessary. Computerized information systems are simplifying the administrative work. We all know how computers have made our lives easier. So, similarly, the manual tasks of an organization can be now performed very simply, and we can say in a lesser period of time through computerization. Artificial intelligence could also play an important role in managing the talent and power talent decisions effectively. When you use technology, it helps you take quicker and objective decisions. Of course, it cannot replace human intervention. Human resources would be a part and parcel of the same. But of course, when you use technology, you can become much more objective and impartial towards the approach, and the decisions can be taken in a quicker manner. It has also redefined the concept of work. Organizations should view automation as an opportunity to reconsider how technology could enhance customer and employee experience. With better technology, you would definitely be able to serve your customers in a better manner, becomes time, cost, energy effective. It has also resulted into a more collaborative teamwork where managers, technicians, and analysts work together on the projects. We have discussed this earlier also, that it is not divided based on the power of people, but everybody is responsibility conscious. It is not only in the hands of few bureaucrats. It has made the organization flexible, dynamic, helps to change and adapt to the variations in the external environment. It has also helped for the relocation of work from office to home. That is to say, now people can also work from home and thereby give the same productivity to the organization. It could be that employees are living far away, but still you can have a reach towards them. You can, the employers could be helped to broaden their application pool. That is to say, when they are making recruitments, it is not necessary that the employees would be only of the nearby environment. They could be living far away and still could be a part of your organization. Also, technology would help the organizations to locate away from cities in more suburban and even the rural areas where rent, wages, and other cost of doing business are relatively less. So, with the help of technology, it becomes easier for the organizations also to establish their businesses elsewhere, maybe rural, maybe suburban, and lastly, I would show you some additional ways of how technology has impacted human resource management. So up till now, you are already aware that it helps in creating and sharing knowledge, helps in reducing the cost of HR services because they are more focused on the strategic and the change management concern, supports the individual and the organizational learning, makes organization a learning organization, helps innovate business models, and lastly, creating new forms of community at work and the new forms of organization. So I hope that you are clear with whatever we have studied in detail today. That is to say, we have started with the understanding of the changing environment of human resource management, where we have understood two broad concepts today. First, talking on globalization, and second, talking on the technological advances. So I hope that you are clear with whatever we have studied today. In case you have any doubts, you feel free to post them in the Google Classroom and I shall be answering to your doubts at the earliest. As the unit will get accomplished, I would also be sharing you the notes for the same in the Google Classroom itself. See you soon in the next lecture where we would go further with the same topic of changing environment. Thank you so much for the day. Until then, happy learning.